Good morning. Beerbeard asked. See, I forgot. There was in my Ask Ribs thing. Beerbeard asks, "Will you read Fire and Fury, or will you wait for the movie slash miniseries?" Mr. Beerbeard, this was a good one. I like this one. So YouTube did that thing where it's like, "Hey, you've got 45 comments," and then you scroll down and there's like 3 comments, and you're like, where are all my comments? So anyway, excuse me for forgetting your question the first time. There's also another question I wanted to answer. I'll have to find that. And then, of course, like depending on which device you use to look at your YouTube video, you get different comments. So Beerbeard asks, "Will I read Fire and Fury, or will I watch a movie slash miniseries?" And my answer to that is no. Not interested in that at all. I've kind of graduated to a point where, I said that my intention was not to waste any time on this administration or on politics in general. And then I talked a lot about how that was my intention, and I spent a lot of time talking about how I wasn't going to spend any time on that stuff. And I've kind of gotten over that now. I really just don't spend any time talking about it. And the Steve Bannon Trump feud thing, like, come on, man. But what I did want to key on was the Fire and Fury thing, which I wrote about on my blog back when Trump said it. Trump was talking about North Korea and the fire and fury that he would unleash, which was a direct echo of what Harry Truman said to Japan after we dropped the bomb on Hiroshima, and we were like, leading up to the next one, which is that's such an interesting time in history. But the point is, Truman said something about fire and fury, and then Trump said something about fire and fury, and the media went nuts saying, "Oh my God, Trump just quoted Harry Truman, and that was right before Truman nuked Nagasaki," and yada yada yada. Trump doesn't know who Harry Truman was. Trump has no idea, nor does he know the quote. He just said some words that alliterated. That's all that happened there. Ultimate Carry Holsters asks, "I'm an 18-year veteran designer. How do you feel about the present and future profession/industry? Future of the profession/industry? In your opinion, is design dead?" David, I will answer that question right after I explain why this light is on my head. I just opened a box from Pipe Smoking Board Gamer. I was going to do a Yabo, and of course, I opened the box and forgot to hit the record button. So I was just in here talking to myself about all this awesome stuff. So let's just show some things off here. I have some very cool skull stickers, I believe, from a Milwaukee coffee collectivo. It's like Borg coffee, I think. You have to assimilate into the collectivo to drink their coffee. But they do have cool stickers. I like that. Wait, oh yeah. He sent me. I won his giveaway, and y'all, I'm starting to become embarrassed by the amount of giveaways I have won. It's a little uncanny. And look at all this. Look at this. Look at this tobacco. We have. And he knows. See, this is also the most personalized giveaway I've ever won because we'll get to the really personal stuff. Really personal. He did send a bro note. I know he loves that term, bro note. Sutliff chocolate truffle, and he puts a note on here. I can re-gift this stuff if I want to, because he knows I'm not really that into error. More coffee. Gonna have more coffee for this. Mark knows I'm not that into aromatics, so it says re-gift whatever I want. Solani aged burley flake. LJ Peretti's Cuban mixture. I wonder if does that. Tell me about this, Mark. Does this contain cigar leaf? I like cigar leaf in my pipe tobacco. I do not like cigars. Tobacco World Irish Mist. I love the Star Wars Glad bags too. That's great. LJ Peretti Beep Boop Bop Blend. I think that's what R2D2 smokes. LJ Peretti Thanksgiving Day. A little late for that, buddy. I guess I'll have to cellar it up till next year. Well, speaking of cellar, Frog Morton cellar. I was just having a convo on in the comments of Stuff and Things channel about Frogmorton Cellar, and I still love that tobacco, but it's not my number one anymore. As you guys know, because of course you watched my top 5 video list. Tobacco World Light and Mild and Light. Interested to try that out. A couple last 2 here. Oh, wait, that one's mine. English Oriental Supreme. Sir, you have good taste. Now, that was just the tobacco part. He also sent in a burlap sack, because he knows where I live, you know. So this is like high fashion. Burlap sack. This unfinished pipe. Look at this thing. What's the story on this? I went back and watched your giveaway videos just so I would, be aware if you had explained the story on this pipe. To let me know. Hang on. I think we're about to have company here. Anyway, a really awesome unfinished pipe. Looks like it's drilled very well. Very cool. Back into the burlap sack for now. Just like all of my worldly possessions, and an extra legend, always useful, sir. He knows that I love legends. But get this, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's too much of a coincidence for him not to have known this. So pretty sure he watched my videos where I talked about anytime someone gives me a flashlight or a knife, I'm like giddy with excitement. So I open this thing and here's this headlamp and a giant knife, a Camillus, titanium stainless steel, full tang lanyard hole. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna do something cool with this, but we're not done. He also sent an adult-ish game to play, because pipe smoking board gamer, right? And I came for my kid. Thank you, sir. This is incredibly filled with primary colors and stackable things. He's gonna love that. But Mark wrote in his bro note that this was a game that he played with his daughter. So I'm very appreciative. Thank you so much. It really from the I have problems with genuine emotions. So I'm being genuine when I say thank you. Why wouldn't I be genuine? Why am I second guessing saying thank you to someone for giving me gifts? Whatever. So now to answer David's question, is design dead? No, design is not dead. Photography is dead. Well, no, let me back. Here's the thing. There's never been more stuff. Kids screaming, better go check on that. No problem, just a little bit of blood. There's never been more stuff to design. Now you got apps, you got tailor-made operating systems for devices. There's you got like is the fundamental act of design dead? No, but it's not as important as it was. I mean, well, it is as important as it was, but it's just you need so much more to be a successful designer. Not that I'm a designer. In fact, I'm a pretty bad designer. Like I worked as a designer for a while, and this was in like, I don't know how much I want to say about this, but I worked in a sign shop. I made signs, and that's like calling yourself a chef when you cook McDonald's burgers for the drive-thru. But my job title said designer. But even then, people still, like, the actual designers had to really coach me through a lot of it. And most of it was tech stuff. It was, anyway, is design dead? No, I don't think so. Photography, it's getting there. And I don't think photography is dead, because the same thing is true with design. Good images are more in demand than ever. But a good image is not nearly enough anymore. And sorry, I'm trying to say serious things, and I have a giant glowing light on my cowboy hat. Here, hang on. See, I'm a photographer, and I can only afford 2 light bulbs. That's how bad it is in the industry now. No, it used to be that, you know, you would shoot a really awesome image and, okay, it's like 10 minutes later, there was a crash from the other room. You know, it used to be that before I had a kid, if I heard a crash from the other room, I would assume that was a poltergeist and move out. Now I'm just like, whatever. If there's not an arterial spray of blood, it doesn't concern me really. So it used to be as a photographer that you would shoot an awesome image and that would become the cover of a magazine, and other people would see it, and that it would be like one awesome image, and you'd produce awesome images all the time, right? But one awesome image was enough to like actually climb the ladder a little bit, get a little more money, get a little more notoriety. Now it just becomes a thumbnail on somebody's YouTube channel, and they ripped it off the internet for nothing. And so photographers have to, what I've had to do is become a much more personalized business, where I'm working directly with clients, doing exactly what they want. I can't just go out and shoot what I want anymore, and I can't, photojournalism, yeah, totally dead. There's what, the New York Times. I guess there's some magazines that actually reward good photography, like Nat Geo. It used to be a big dream of mine to work for Nat Geo, and not so much anymore. Worked for the New York Times, and that crossed that off the bucket list. I was happy about that. And I feel like they are, when you're in the New York Times, you got to be interested in good photography. But the Chicago Sun-Tribune was not. They fired all their photographers. I think designers have it a little bit easier. In my last newspaper job, there were 3 designers and 1 of me. So that tells me that there's a little more. Any print product is going to need designers. But I don't know. You tell us, because you're the designer. What do you think? Is it dead? Is it dead? I think the whole visual arts field is still wrestling with digitization, basically. How do we monetize something that must if we want to continue being who we are, we must produce a constant stream of badass content. But then you get into the law of supply and demand, where if you're producing this constant stream anyway, why should people pay you for it? So, I don't know. What a disjointed video. Thanks for sticking with me through it all. Keep the ends out for the ties that bind.